What the heck is going on, everybody? Great to see you again. And I promise you, there will be no fear, no hysteria, no propaganda, no fake news, no LARPing, no crazy claims made in this video. And what the heck is going on out in the world right now? It's just absolutely crazy. It is. It really is. But there's so much stuff going on that it's honestly hard to keep up with. You're scrolling on freaking Twitter and it's just nothing but the coronavirus. You're like, man, I want to research something else. So you just have to log off. You've got to log off the internet. So I've just been spending some time and energy not even dealing with it, keeping track with it a little bit, but just focusing on other work, other brands, other things that I'll talk with you about here, but I don't want to waste your time now. I want to get to this discussion. We'll talk about that later. But it's been difficult to keep up with and freaking crazy, And we'll talk about all the media hysteria and just some of the crazy things that are going on that we're being told and reported. But at the same time, I want to offer some personal experience here because I think that's important during these times. Focus on, what's directly around you, what you can control. And me personally, I'll be honest, I'm in my own kind of little bubble here. I work from home. I, don't go out much if I don't need to. But when I do go out to the store, the gym, or running errands, this is what I notice. I don't notice anything different. One time I saw a woman counting money with gloves, but that was it. Bread's still there, plenty of toilet paper to buy. Nobody's freaking out. Nobody's freaking out. And I think that's what you need to focus on and think about, because the majority of the public see through the media hysteria. They see the bullshit and they're not that worried. Right? There's a lot of people out there that act not worried. They're generally not worried, but might have a little bit of fear creeping up in their subconscious. That's just because of how much repetition, how hard the media programming is in this country, in this world. But majority of people don't care. You have a tiny fraction of people that are scared shitless, and those are the people that are going out there and buying toilet paper right now. But no, not a big deal. And we're seeing facts shared. Thank you, Elder Dragon. Let me read this super chat real quick. Yeah, you can kill the human coronavirus with Lysol. Yes, you can. That is known for environmental cleaning. And man, one of the reasons why I've kind of taken a step back is I'm still getting hit by the mainstream media over that mineral we must not name. It's been crazy. Trolls and shills coming after me and all that jazz. But anyway, no, not much is going on really out there, at least to be concerned about. But nevertheless, again, shit's getting shut down everywhere. It is crazy. Let me shut off this ping on the laptop. It's crazy how many things are getting shut down all at once like that. I mean, let me just go through the list here. We've got sports. Name a three-letter sports organization and they've shut down their season. We got Major League Baseball, the NBA, Major League Soccer. They're all done. The NCAA is announcing there's going to be no fans for their tournament, March Madness tournament. No fans at NCAA tourneys. Speaking of no fans and no audiences, ton of media shows are announcing that they're not going to tape with live audiences. So it's just going to be, I guess, the talking head and a laugh track they're going to have to add in. So I guess basically a lot of the shows aren't going to change. Let's be real. No one laughs at Ellen or Stephen Colbert anymore. But anyway, no live audiences. Disneyland announces that they're closing for a few weeks, I believe. But yeah, man, it is showing you the impact of the media hysteria and either people falling for it or, purposefully just wanting to go along with the particular narratives. And narratives, sources that you can't trust. Oh, go to the CDC. How many times have I seen the frickin' CDC linked and people say, go to them for your information? Or the World Health Organization. Great, WHO. Or any of these, quote authorities. You really going to trust their data? How, that and the statistics and all of that, it's up in question, right? I'm not saying it's a hoax, not at all. I think things are going on, but of course, there's so many things in question with this. So, hey, quite honestly, that's a beautiful thing about it as well, is that so many people are seeing through the media hysteria that they're just like, it's waking people up. Nevertheless, it's waking people the heck up. So they're just choosing to start questioning now. Like, it's getting way too nuts. And I guess on one hand, order out of chaos. Chaos is making people start to question, why the heck is it like this? Because they are seeing those statistics. What's with all these election years that have viruses? My gosh, even number year, we're getting a virus. And then, oh geez, back in 2009, we had this big flu pandemic that killed, I don't know, tens, hundreds of thousands, worldwide thing. No media attack against Obama. Obama didn't even, start worrying about it until it was way farther along in the infectious process. This time, media is being totally weaponized, politicized, trying any angle they can to attack anybody they can, cause as much division as they can. It's not even against one person, it's against POTUS, absolutely, Trump administration, but it's against anybody sharing truth about questions, mysterious connections to the coronavirus, or how to heal it. There's plenty of ways to strengthen your immune system and kill off things in your respiratory tract and, sanitize your environment, sanitize your internal environment, but media's going apeshit on anybody sharing stuff like that. So much is pressing the more unaware people out there to start having some dots connect and things click in their head. But speaking of which, we're talking about all the things that are shut down. And it makes you wonder, why the hell are they shutting down? Because not only are things shutting down and suspending and whatnot, but we're hearing about all of these famous names now that are claiming, or reports are saying, again, reports say, claims say, that they have the coronavirus or have been tested for it, or they're going into some self-isolation or self-quarantine process. And Tom Hanks, crazy timing last night, crazy timing. We had the president's national address end. I watched it. We'll talk about that in a minute. I log on to Twitter, and shitstorm ensues about Tom Hanks. His publicist, I guess, or something like that, reports saying that he's self-isolating because, I guess, coronavirus. And it's just like, okay, they're filming a movie, I guess, in Australia, and how many people in Australia really have the coronavirus? And I guess they say an outbreak happened on set, but then Hanks gets it, and it's just weird. And then Celine Dion says that she's, I guess, going to self-isolation. I think that's another name that I saw. Again, so much stuff. It's just like, it's hard to keep track of. Trudeau going into self-isolation. So it really makes you wonder. You're sitting there like, could they be using this as an excuse to duck out? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you were in that position, just try to empathize with the situation. Put yourself in those shoes. Yeah, if you were some elite person that wanted to skirt out right now, that'd be an easy way to do it. So that's a possibility. A big thing right now, and to be aware of, and important to note anytime you're talking, is separating the facts we have from the theories, and even noting that the facts we have, who knows with those. But speculation theory here is that could be using it to duck out. I've also seen a lot of people go down that thought process of thinking it's some sort of white hat op. Oh, white hats are using this to do arrests or something like that. And, possibility, sure. Don't doubt that. But don't get attached to that particular outcome and thinking that's what's going on. That can be dangerous, and as things get really exciting or really crazy and chaotic like this, people tend to do that. They latch on to theories that might have a lot of holes in them or aren't proven yet. So just don't do that. But is it possible? Sure. I don't think this whole thing was white hat originated, if you want to say that. I do think that, wherever the virus was made originally or was brought internationally or, wherever it originated, whoever released it, I don't know. But I think it was a, deep state situation. But of course, the white hats, they all knew this was coming. Friggin' a lot of probabilities that could come with the technologies they have and what they're using. So I don't doubt that the good guys knew exactly what was coming with this. And anything the deep state is trying to do, whether it be with their propaganda or with the economy or with whatever the case, just they're ready for it. And we're seeing that. So economy, bringing that up and bringing POTUS's national address into the picture. He mentioned the economy. We saw the volatility in the markets. We saw, we know the deep state's desperate to crash the markets. They want to do that. But POTUS, the Trump administration, the good guys, they're like, all right, we're going to end the payroll tax. Just skirt that, not end it, but skirt it for, I believe, the rest of the year. We're going to inject billions of dollars into small business and balls in your court. Anti-Trumpers, deep staters, whatever you want to call them. Balls in your court, assholes. So, boom, that's huge right there. And what a beautiful move, too, because who's against that? Who's against the payroll tax being cut? Anybody that's, going to vote against that is just going to look like a complete douchebag. And are they going to do it for political reasons because they're anti-Trumpers? They're just going to expose themselves. So that was a beautiful move. What else do we have? So they're doing what they can to stabilize the economy. And also, we hear about the travel bans. Okay, so POTUS goes in, announces a 30-day travel ban to the European Union, the EU. UK, of course, is not now involved with that, but European Union. That's freaking a lot of people out. And again, a lot of this hysteria, a lot of this media stuff going on right now is freaking people out. But one thing you can do psychologically to maybe help yourself if you are freaking out right now is anytime you hear the word virus said in maybe an address or in the president's tweets or certain official statements, replace that word virus with the word deep state or cabal, and it becomes a lot more interesting when you sort of hear or listen for that double meaning. But anyway, yeah, I don't doubt that they've seen what's coming. They know what's coming because it is predictable, and they have ways to view that. So stabilize the economy. Let's and while this hysteria is going on as well, what kind of arrests are happening? I don't think all these big names are getting arrested right now like that. Of course, I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see what plays out with all this. But nevertheless, there has been official statements made about what we could say are big arrests. I mean, we had that Project Python announcement from the Department of Justice where they announced the lots of arrests, like hundreds in the last few weeks, really. Multiple hundreds in recent months, but arrests of cartel members around the country, this like Mexican cartel and various people associated with that. Lots of drug trafficking people that have been rounded up. And let's just say with all these pieces, right? I'm trying to string together so many different pieces right now. If shit was hitting the fan, it was hitting the fan right now. Because why is that? Why are those cartel arrests big? Well, those are the henchmen. A lot of the henchmen, it sounds like, are getting rounded up right now. And wow, it's actually sort of helpful that maybe a lot of these public events are being canceled because no possibilities for false flags that way, drops the ability of that very low. No mass shootings, false flags, things like that. So henchmen are getting arrested. People are going to be, out of public. They're going to be together, really at home. They're going to be working from home. No schools. Schools, a lot of places are getting closed. And nothing to distract them, like no sports, right? And these talk shows are going to be kind of weird now and all sorts of things. So, I mean, if something was going to happen, the coronavirus sort of blow-up situation here is a very plausible, deniable way to get a lot of shit done. pretty crazy that, and I do find it intriguing that last night, I believe it was, the White House was lit up green. And then today, I tweeted about this. I saw this going around Twitter. I don't have my iPad to show you the picture of it, but there was a green, it legit, like it was grainy footage, but it looked like a Q that was lit up on the side of the Capitol building. It was at least a green light. Couldn't make out the exact detail of it, but you could see sort of grainy stuff. And green, man, green light on the White House, green light on the Capitol building. Is that a green light to get, some operations going? And we've seen green light mentioned in Q's drops a few times. So, just seeing how the dots line up. Just seeing how the dots line up. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, people were mentioning that 30-day flight ban to the European Union, done in 30, was also mentioned in Q's drops. But, also found it interesting that somebody did note this as well on Twitter. Done in 30 from yesterday, POTUS's address where he announced the 30-day travel ban. 30 days from yesterday is 4/10/20. You can, some of you might be able to pick that one up. So, there's interesting things going on, connecting the dots. And what else do I have in the notes here? Just a lot of, we'll see what other names, we'll see what other names start to say that they have the corona. I can't get that song stuck in my head, My Sharona, but I just change the words and I'm like, my corona. Funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. So, got my green tea for my green light. How about that? But it's been freaking crazy. Nevertheless, okay, what have we gone through? We went through the economy. We went through things that are closing, things that are people that are saying they have the coronavirus. Let's just talk about a few things that can protect you. So if you are worried about your health, the health of those around you, people coughing, things like that, what are ways that you can go and protect yourself? Because knowledge is power. And if you have the actual awareness of what to do, because our medical authorities unfortunately fail us these days, try to ask any sort of mainstream establishment doctor about nutrition and see what kind of blank stare they give you. What are some ways that you can protect yourself? So, things that I've had personal experience with, I have to word this very carefully, things that I've had personal experience with helping my immune system and also killing off things that are bugging me in my respiratory tract. Oregano oil. Oil of oregano is a very powerful extract. And you want to make sure you get a wild oregano because a lot of oregano that's out there is not actually oregano. Like the oregano you put on pizzas, things like that. It's not real oregano. I think it's Mexican sagebrush or something like that. But real oregano, you get wild, particularly from plants coming from the Mediterranean. And the extract is extremely strong at killing off bugs. Put a few drops of that under my tongue, hold it there for a little bit. It burns, but then swallow it down, kills off stuff. So oil of oregano, you might hear colloidal silver thrown out there quite a bit as well. I've never had as much experience with that myself, but that's an option a lot of people use. And if you want to go that route, by all means. Let's see here. Medicinal mushrooms. I'm a big fan of medicinal mushrooms. You got cordyceps, lion's mane, reishi chaga, all sorts of different ones that do different things. They all have beta-glucans and different compounds in there that it's not so much about strengthening the immune system. You really want it balanced. You want your body to be able to handle inflammation because inflammation is a natural thing. You just need a balanced response to it. You want to balance your immune system, so medicinal mushrooms. And if you're particularly worried about your respiratory tract, look into cordyceps. Here's a fun fact I heard the other day. Sales of cordyceps in China have increased like 900% or something like that. Because cordyceps is a medicinal mushroom that, again, is good for your immune system, but this one particularly is good for your lungs. So cordyceps, I believe research has shown to improve blood flow to your lungs and also open up your airways, okay? And my personal experience with this stuff, I've used cordyceps every single day for like 6 years. Ever since I really heard about this stuff and started using it. Because I've been an athlete. I've played and still play soccer, lift weights, run, things like that. And when I take cordyceps before doing that, you can feel it. I've recommended it to hundreds of people throughout the years with COPD and asthma and all sorts of different things, and gotten great feedback. So just try it. Research these things for yourself and then try them for yourself. Best way to learn right there, okay? Because there's all these textbooks you can go through and all these articles you can read, and you can do a Google search and get all the shitty advice on the first few pages, but best way is just to go to the alternative sources, the unbiased ones, research for yourself, and try different things. Let's see here. What else do we have? I'm sure. Just read the comments. Like if you're watching this later, just click on the comments here. People are giving great suggestions and all these comments. I always try to sort of ignore the comments because it just gets me distracted. But I know y'all are having fun in there. Of course, there's always some shills and trolls, blah blah blah. But let's hope the mods are keeping it cool in here. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to them. And everybody handing out the super chats today too. Much appreciated. Olive leaf extract, elderberries, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc. Here's one thing about vitamins though, and I'm gonna finish up all this health talk. I know it's helping a lot of you. Some of you might be bored, but it's good stuff. I know my health stuff. I worked in a retail supplement shop for quite a few years and did some other personal training and chiropractic work, corrective exercise work, things like that. So this is my wheelhouse. But where was I going with this? Vitamins, right? Oh, one last thing. My health brand, Conscious Strength. Let me show it to you. I don't think I've actually really shown this on YouTube quite yet, or this channel. But yeah, check out that logo. Check out that sticker. It's dope. And got one of the first products in too. Speaking of medicinal mushrooms, got it with coffee in this one. Instant coffee with some medicinal mushrooms. But a lot more stuff coming through that. On the YouTube channel and through that website, I'm going to be putting out a lot of kind of this information because it's just not out there. You know, it's not out there. You don't get it from the official sources. And it's so difficult to wade through all of the information that's out there in terms of health. You know, quite honestly, what I did for years at this supplement shop was I put together like education binders for new hires, and I studied how to search through proper information on health. So that's really what trained me in searching out fake information and getting a feel for discernment, what's true and what's not. Now I'm applying that to media and different conspiracy theories, and space, and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, check for information through that brand coming out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Sub to the newsletters on my personal website. Everything will be down below. Check the description down below. But, okay, I mentioned that brand, mentioned the websites and all that. Now I want to get back to the discussion on vitamins. So when it comes to vitamins, 95% of vitamins you buy out there, typical ones on the store shelves, you got your one-a-days, your Centrums, even GNC vitamins, Costco brand, even a lot of vitamins your doctors push, and even some naturopaths. I will not lie, I've seen some naturopaths suggest these sorts of vitamins and they just don't know the backstory. A lot of vitamins out there are synthetic. They're called isolates. You look at the label. It says vitamin A as retinol palmitate, vitamin C as ascorbic acid, vitamin D as something calciferol or ergocalciferol, something like that. Those are all isolates. You can hardly absorb a freaking percentage of them. And those are the ones that turn your piss yellow and they just go right out of you. And really, in the long run with some of these, they might actually do more damage than not. Because you got to understand, a vitamin in your body is not one single chemical. It's not, vitamin C is not calcium ascorbate. It's not ascorbic acid. These are just different molecules that scientists are basically selling as vitamin C when it's really not. Because it's just, again, the nutrition industry, truly, the propaganda that's in that shit, if you can learn the propaganda in the nutrition and healthcare industry, it's like, it's cake everywhere else. But most vitamins out there are synthetic isolates. You don't want those. You want your vitamins from food, raw food, as much as possible, right? That's the only shit you can absorb. Huh, who would have thunk? Jerf, just eat real food, right? the only way your body can absorb the nutrient, whether it's a vitamin or a mineral, magnesium, calcium, etc., is if it's from a living thing, food, plant or animal source. Now you can get some capsules and tablets and pills that have food sourced calcium or food sourced vitamin C in them. Sometimes it'll literally be like ground up acerola cherry or something for the vitamin C in the capsule, but you have to label read. You got to get really good at reading labels, folks. Awareness is key. Knowledge is power. The more you know about the particular ingredients, each little thing, what to look for in the substance of the product, the more power you have. So, quick suggestion right there. If you want your vitamin C, just eat freaking oranges. Or if you need capsules, again, what I just suggested to you, go to the food sourced, or whole food it's sometimes called. No, not Whole Foods vitamins. Screw Whole Foods. They're owned by Amazon. Screw Jeff Bezos. I'm talking about food sourced. So whatever that might be. Shoot, my multivitamin is like a greens powder. It's pretty, that's how I think of it, because the greens powder is ground up herbs and green foods and algae and whatnot in the thing. So there's that. And yeah, I'm gonna put tell you what, I'm gonna put a video about veganism on my Conscious Strength channel, and that'll ruffle some freaking feathers. Ha! I'm against it, and I'm for it. Oh wow, who would have thunk? You can be against something and for something at the same time. Because guess what? It's not a black and white world. It's all about the situation. So, heck yeah, I drink raw milk. I love raw milk. Guess what? I've been to the farm. I've been to the freaking farm where I buy my raw milk from. So I make sure that I'm spending my money with something that, they have good standards. But sometimes I don't eat meat. So, sometimes a vegan diet would help. But again, it's all situational. And then I'll, talk about that whole, I guess, emotional component of that conversation too. But anyway, okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to go through in terms of how to protect yourself, a few things that could help, eat well, high quality H2O, different things like that. Avoid, try to just avoid all the craziness out there as much as you can, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So I think that's about all I wanted to talk to you guys about in this one. If you got any last questions, let's yeah, I bug out quick. Thanks for the info. These phone live streams are fun to do. I prefer to do the live streams from the phone because I can read the comments right in front of me and interact better that way. It's easier and it's more real time, and it's also just, cake to do it from a phone, and it processes and uploads like that. But yeah, I'll get back to making some videos. Throw some more videos up on this channel, more videos up on the other one. Tell you what, I haven't been doing videos for the last day or two because I got this cut on my chin. I just haven't been wanting to do videos because I got this gash on there. But I don't put makeup on. I've never worn makeup for a YouTube video. I see some people making videos out there, and I'm like, that's like that face looks like a Ken doll. Like, what, no blemishes on that. You wearing makeup, bro? Like, what's going on? I don't think the grid will go down. That was a comment. No. So I'm not one that's going out and hoarding a bunch of stuff. I'm not concerned that the grid will go down. I do think there are contingency plans, plenty of stuff in place for any possibilities. I have faith. I just have faith. And I guess that's what I'll leave you with here, is that I'm comfy. Yeah, I'm comfy. I have faith. It's just, that's the attitude I guess I've always had. I've been through some shit. I might look young and act young, but I've been through some shit in the last 5-10 years, and just formed an attitude that whatever happens is going to happen, and I'm going to focus and worry about what I can control, and if it's something I can't control, then fine. Maybe I'll go out and see if there's some extra rolls of toilet paper eventually if stuff really does start getting weird. But right now, not worried about it. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, you know, try to help people keep a level head and try to stomp out all the fake information that we're seeing floating around, fake information of all things, all sources. A lot more I'll talk about in future videos. I've seen a lot of comments in this one that I haven't talked about, but I'll get there. And, you know, just focus on what you're doing. Things will be all right. Things will be all right. And some people asking me if I sell a particular mineral that we must not name. I do not. I do not sell it for many reasons. I'm sure you understand why I don't. But if you do want to check it out, go to my website, jordansather.com. Check the blog section. Check my blog. I've got suggestions and places to go and things about that in there. It's been crazy. It's been pretty crazy the last just few days because there's been a new spring of articles going around attacking me, and a lot of trolls attacking me for what I have to say about the coronavirus and that particular gaseous compound. Basic chemistry, like it's basic chemistry, and who would have thought that this cheap basic mixture of chemistry would just, I don't know, help me expose the shit out of the fake news media and the corrupted, lying FDA. So it's been interesting, and a lot of shills, a lot of trolls surfacing out there. Somebody's been trying to log into my Instagram account and change the password there. So stop that. I see you. And people have been trying to report my Twitter account too. They're calling me anti-Semitic for this tweet that was nothing to do with any sort of, like, I didn't mention any sort of nationality or anything in it. I just said what's the real virus plaguing our world? And then I wrote in parentheses them. That was it. Truthful, right? Very vague. You can't report that. Who's gonna know what that means? Apparently some trolls on Twitter tried to report that for being anti-Semitic. I got an email from Twitter that said, we reviewed your tweets and your account, and you're clear, you're good to go. We found no wrongdoing. It's just, they're reaching, they're desperate, man. They're desperate, they're reaching as much as they can, and desperate times call for desperate measures from them. So it's just, all these things. When it gets crazier, I get more chill and just more excited and like happier because I know things are going on. Things are finally, they're happening, man. They're happening. Things are happening. So it's fun. It is fun. So anyway, I'll leave you guys here. I'm gonna deck out real quick. I'm gonna go self-isolate, self-quarantine, and in my HQ here. I'll get to work on some stuff for you guys. Just check the description below. Sign up for the newsletters. Check the websites. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Throat punch the cabal. I mean, who wouldn't? Seriously.